Just got done with practice number 5, got number 6 on Saturday over at Acrisure, same, weather permitting. And, I told our guys after practice today, we've really practiced good. Practice 1, practice 3, and practice 5. 2 and 3 were average, in my opinion. I told them, you guys only practice on odd days. I don't know if there's a union or not, but I said if they got to get an even day in, which is, Saturday, which should be a good one. So, happy with where we are after 5. We'll really find out where we are. We've had really, when I look at it, we've had 18 live snaps so far, but we'll get to go live on Saturday. We've done a great job of keeping our guys safe and up off the ground. I think doing this much stud, I don't know if I've ever gone 5 practices and only had 18 snaps alive. So we'll find out Saturday what we have. Questions?
What makes a average practice different from fantastic?
Oh man, that's hard to say, Abby. I would say, details. The one thing I say, they've had 5 effort and energy and attitude, outstanding every day, but just the details and the focus. I challenged them this morning in the team meeting of just, the focus and details. I mean, you have to come out locked in. The intent's there, but if you don't have focus, it's just not as clean. And we had way too many unforced errors, illegal procedures. We changed some cadences up offensively and defense, so it makes it hard on everybody. But you got to focus and. That's one of them. That's easy to see, right? We all see that. You see that in the stands. But just the details, throughout practice. If that's not good, usually the other stuff's not good either. So, just being locked in every day, coming ready to play.
This was the 3rd pattern practice today?
Today's number 5.
I mean, pattern.
Yeah, today was the 3rd padded.
Okay.
Yeah, we didn't do any live today. Obviously, we're out in shells. But, yeah, today was 3rd padded. 2 spiders start off, 3 pads, and then we'll go, obviously, full go on Saturday.
You mentioned not going through as many full live plays as you maybe have in the past to this point in the spring. Did the number of injuries that you guys took last year and maybe some of the injuries that you're still dealing with play a factor into doing that?
No, not at all. I mean, we're healthy. I mean, we've been going 1s, 2s, and 3s, so it's nice to have 3 groups on offense going. We haven't had to cut back to, matter of fact, last year at this time we were going some 2s and a halves. That has nothing to do with it because, sometimes I think you can get hurt more going thud because you're trying to keep guys off the ground. But I just want to, do what we can, teach that thud, make sure it's good. And again, we'll go live. But, usually we're pretty good on live days.
When you say find out on Saturday, what are you hoping to find out about this group?
Just, I think you find out, where you are, and then, go from that scrimmage to the next scrimmage. You find out, what improvement we make. But, to me, this sets the bar for where we are. Where are we? What do we still need to work on? Where's our strengths? Where our weaknesses are? That's what that's our job as coaches to find out, where our strengths and weaknesses are. And I think, we'll find out a lot about, this 25 team this year.
Are there any positional groups right now maybe lacking behind that you'd like to see improve for Saturday?
Nathan, it's hard to say lacking. I can't tell you we're lacking anywhere, to be honest with you. I see, I don't see a weak spot right now, to be honest with you. I mean, there's a weak play, here and there, offensively and defensively, but there's not, oh gosh, what are we going to do at this spot? So I feel pretty good. Again, we haven't played anybody. We won't play anybody until September or August.
Are there any position groups that are standing out?
Oh boy, standing out. Again, I guess it's just nothing's looked really bad. I'll tell you Saturday. I would have said yesterday or Thursday. Just the amount of offsides on the defense and the illegal procedures on offense. Those were the weakness. But I can't tell you there's a strong or a weak one at this point. It's just too early to tell. In my opinion.
Where do you think? Oh, go ahead.
But you've had corners with decent size in the past, some good length like Pinnock or Amari Mathis, Dane Jackson, guys like that. You feel like you have a lot of length in corner this year, like a guy like Shadarian Harrison. Looks like tall, long arms.
I mean, Rashad Battle's not probably going to go this spring, but Rashad Battle's big. As you said, Drip is Shadarian, nicknamed Drip. He goes by Drip. Drip, Taman, those we got long corners, and they can run. Rashawn Murray's been fun to watch out there. Looking forward to seeing him on Saturday. New guy, lights are turning on in the stadium. So we're long at corner, and Sean Lee's not the longest guy in the world, but he's a competitor as well.
I know Sean had a couple of takeaway stickers on his helmet. How's he making that?
Sean Lee, did you say?
Yeah, Sean Lee.
Yeah, he's a competitor now. I mean, he's a football player. Again, we'll find out Saturday.
Where do you think you guys have improved the most from practice 1 to practice 5?
Hard to gauge. I mean, you have to have a magnifying glass to say that. But I think we've improved everywhere, and we'll find out where we lack. I think I'll have more answers for you, on Tuesday, I guess, when we meet next after that scrimmage.
I think in the past you guys have had quarterbacks that had a brace on the plant leg. I don't think I noticed that. Will you do that on Saturday, or is it just not something?
It's a great question. I hate to do it on Saturday. I'm doing a good job with this thing right here, keeping the guys away from them. There's a period just the quarterbacks scream when they get, when I call sack. But, we had one near, issue with it. I like it. They hate it. So they fight me on it, and until you have an issue, it's not an issue, right? But, it's that plant leg. Usually we have it on their plant leg. Duggar would have it on his right. Everybody else would have it on their left. So, you recommend and.
I'm sorry, is it harder to convince guys like Eli and Julian to wear it because of their...
They want to run. They want to be able to run, and I forget even if Eli wore it in the games last year. I don't think he did, right? So it'd be hard to tell him to practice all week with it and then put it on the game. But we'll see how it goes this Saturday, and then I just think it's a protective thing. The D-line, they hate them. We make them wear it in practice. They don't have to wear it in the game. O-line wears it in the game and practice. So, those are expensive, and it's insurance. It's protecting our guys.
With Ja'Kurian Turner being a freshman and only 4 running backs.
I'm sorry, Nathan?
Ja'Kurian Turner,
Okay.
Being a freshman, only 4 running backs in the room right now. What have you seen from him? What has his progression been like?
Ja'Kurian's doing a nice job. I mean, really all 4 tailbacks. I'm impressed with all of them. But Ja'Kurian's done a nice job. And again, he can go out and play receiver as well. But I think he's done a nice job in the backfield. He's got good vision, make people miss, and he's mature. And that's it. We got an older guy back there too. So his maturity and it shows out there.
The lines on both sides is where you really you can see in the scrimmage. Those guys finally get a chance to actually hit each other and push each other around. Because you have so many transfers on both sides. I think 3 DNs, 3 offensive linemen. Are you even a little more interested this Saturday just to see what those guys can do?
I'm really interested. The one thing I'll say about these thud and live practices, those D linemen, those I linemen, it's live every play. Like there's no they're not getting tackled. So they, like for the D line, O line, practice 1 in Spiders. I guess maybe he's not as. These last 3 days they're physical days for the O line, D line. So we've seen a lot out of those guys. I'm happy with where they are, and then again we'll see when the bullets start to fly on Saturday. But I'm interested. It's not just the new guys you're interested in looking at. It's those other guys that are developing and getting better. Whether it's a Terrence Enos and Jackson Brown. I mean, I'm looking forward to watching those guys as well. I mean, it's all the new guys, the old guys. Isaiah Montgomery. I want to see those guys get better. Tyree. Looking forward to seeing what he's going to do out there.
Pat, with the way things are today, with the portal and the constant movement, how do you balance giving guys the playbook who could potentially go away? How do you work through that?
Don't worry about it. I'm not worried about someone leaving and stealing knowledge. I hope nobody leaves. I mean, that's the way it is. And if we're worried about that, we wouldn't practice, right? I'm not worried about guys taking something with them. Hopefully they learn, and hopefully we hold on to our guys. That's like, do I worry about coaching them hard? No, we're going to coach them hard. We're going to scream at them. We're going to coach them up hard. We're going to love them. And, we're not changing the way we coach. We're not changing the playbook. We're doing what we do.
For Kyle and Des, coming off some All-American selections, what can each of them do to maybe level up and raise the bar for themselves?
They both got cut-ups of the things like a bad cut-up. We know all the highlights. They don't have to keep watching those bad plays, but they can look at all their physical and mentals on the year. They can go in there and watch, hey, physically, these are my problems. Whether it be a physical read or a physical block. And then mentally, did they have a missed ID in protection? Did Kyle line up wrong? Did he, blitz wrong? So they, All-American or not, I mean, they can, they can get a lot better than everybody can, and they've taken that approach this spring.
So what's the follow-up? I mean, you come here, All-American season. I mean, what do you do for part 2?
I'm trying to be better than last year. Sure, I didn't play every game last year, dealing with injuries. That's my goal this year, to play every game and be able to help the team.
What can you do in that area? I mean, is there any kind of prep you can do, getting bigger, stronger, more flexible, whatever?
Yeah, I've been trying to get a little bigger. Trying to do different stuff in the treatment room. Because at this point I'm still trying to figure out what all I need to do to make sure I'm ready for game day and for the season. So that's something I'm still trying to figure out.
What areas of your game on the field do you think you're honing in on improving this way?
Say it again, please.
What areas of on the field are you hoping to really improve? Are you honing in on?
Really everything, really. I just want to help the team win. No matter what it is, whether it's special teams, whether it's running back, getting passed out the backfield, whether it's carrying the ball. So really anything that can help the team win.
Eli mentioned the other day that Coach Bell has put in some new tempos and changes for himself. It's easier for the offense to get aligned, and he said it's helped you guys a lot. He said it's easier for him to get the ball out quicker and play makers such as yourself. So do you feel that that's helped the offense and you guys have taken the next step this fall?
We are just trying to give our game players the ball, whether that's a little quick stuff, try to keep the defense on their heels, where we could be able to take shots down the field, change up everything, go short, give our quick, fast guys the ball real quick. We changed a couple stuff up to be able to do a lot of things, do better things, actually.
What did you learn about Julian playing in that bowl game?
That he's a dog. He competes. He wanted to win, and it showed. Him being a younger guy, he didn't really know as much as the plays as much as the other guys will. But he did better than I thought he was gonna do. So it was a couple stuff he messed up on, but that's a quarterback position. You're gonna mess up. It's hard to be perfect at quarterback. But it showed that he's a dog and he could compete and he'd do anything just to win.
You've got a lot of youth in the running back room this year. Who are some of the guys, the new guys that have really stood out to you early?
We just brought in Boosie. I guess it's Jakarian. We call him Little Boosie. I like what I'm seeing from him. Fast guy, can make people miss. He's somebody y'all have to watch out for. Also, we brought in Justin. He came here as a receiver, but we didn't have enough space at running back. Well, a lot of running backs because we got the two running backs that's hurt. So we brought him over, and he's coming along real good in the running back room. He can make people miss. He got natural hands, because he's a receiver. He can run routes. Both of them guys, they've been doing good since they came in.
How have you seen Joel's golf come along since he's been here?
I seen it from the beginning. He's a total different player than he was a year ago. When he first came, thinking a lot. You're thinking too much. Just trying to make all the plays, trying to be correct every play. But we had to tell him, you just go out there and play. It's gonna come to you. Just stay relaxed. And you could tell that he's more relaxed now. He's more comfortable in the system. So it's really showing off now.
How different was this offseason from last offseason after you come to this level of football and prove that you can not just play, but play really well this time?
Say it again?
How different was last offseason from this offseason? After you come to this level and you prove that you can play and play really well this time?
It's a little different, but I treated the same still. When I first came here, nobody really knew me, knew what I could do. But I always work hard. Even now, even though I did all the stuff that I did last year, I'm still trying to find ways to get myself better. So I'm treating it the same way, just trying to get better every day.
You said nobody knew you. Do you mean on the team or
on the team? A lot of the players, they didn't really know me. We got new coaches and stuff. The coaches ain't really know much about me, other than Cade and Coach JJ. But I had to prove a lot of stuff. I guess I proved what I need to prove. But I'm still trying to be better than what I was last year.
You and Eli obviously had some good chemistry last year. Do you feel like it's even come even further since you've had a whole year together?
Oh yeah, I always tell Eli, I'm always gonna make sure he good. So whether that's blocking, in the protection, or getting a catch out the backfield, I'm always telling him I got his back no matter what. So the chemistry we got real closer, especially during the off season. Our chemistry level is really up there now.
What have you seen from some of the new guys like Joey and Wayne on the outside?
Right now they're looking good. First thing is just learn the playbook. So that's kind of been a process of its own. But just off raw talent, they definitely look good from what we've seen in the first 5 practices.
Blaine and Joey have played a pretty good amount at their previous schools. Could you tell that when they came in? Do they sort of carry themselves like veterans?
Yeah, just a maturity level. At the end of the day, football is just football. But, just here, just learning the new stuff and, the caveats of, our defense. So just trying to teach them that and, show them what I know. You know what I mean?
Well, what I'm saying is, I can't. If you see together a pretty productive season last year, how do you improve on that? What are some of the things you're working on?
Really just locking in on the little things, just trying not to get comfortable. That's my biggest thing. Last year was pretty good for me, but just knowing I got to do more. So just taking, those extra steps in preparation and, watching tape, getting in early, just the little things for real.
Does having the linebackers like Kyle and Sheen and Braylon behind you guys, does that help the mindset of the defensive line? Knowing if that gets past you, they probably aren't past that level of defense?
Yeah, definitely. It's definitely a trust thing. Just because, I know those guys are behind me, bringing it every time. So they kind of set the standard, the Sharks, and, we kind of just follow behind and try to play off each other.
What is the coach staff like in the second year here? Does he seem a little bit more comfortable with you guys? Have a maybe tighter relationship now?
Yeah, you definitely can tell he's a little bit more comfortable. He's still fired up all the time. I love that about him. But he's definitely, getting more comfortable. He already knew the defense, but I think he's just getting more comfortable with Pittsburgh and, just being here for a second year. You know what I mean?
How much of a role have you taken on, I guess, as an ambassador to Western PA for a lot of the guys who are coming from different places through the portal as well as just recruiting?
Yeah, I'm from Buffalo, but I kind of feel like I'm a Pittsburgh guy. You know what I mean? I've been here just going on my 4th year, so just honing, everything in. I know the city pretty well, and, just like I said, I kind of feel like I'm a Pittsburgh guy a little bit. You know what I mean?
I got to ask you, because this popped up on Twitter a half hour ago that they took a poll of your teammates who's the best basketball player.
Yeah.
At least a couple guys in your defensive line room said you.
Yeah. We every year, or last year, Coach Dowsey had a cookout at his house, and we played a little bit. It got ugly for a couple guys. I won't say too many names, but it got ugly. So that's why everybody kind of said my name in the video.
Have you done your bracket yet?
No, I didn't. I'm staying away from that. You know what I mean? We got to stay away from all the bet and stuff. So I might do one just for fun, but I haven't done one yet though.
Did you play in high school though?
Yeah, I played my freshman year. I played varsity, but that was it. I just had to focus more on football. But I definitely think I could have played. I don't want to say like which level, but if I locked in on basketball, I think I could have played in college for sure.
Who else is good? Who else can play?
On defense or just the team?
Team.
You got Cruz, you got Duggar. On the D line, I'll probably say Ghost is pretty good. Zach Zollers, he's pretty fundamentally sound. But we got a lot of athletes. A lot of guys that definitely you could tell they played in high school for sure.
Coaches always say they want you guys to learn all the linebacker positions, but how much more is there on your plate as a middle linebacker this year?
I mean, it's nothing too crazy. I played a little bit of Mike in the spring, and a little reps here and there during the season. But it's a nice role to have, honestly. The leader of the defense. So it's something that I want to be on my plate.
Is there more of a vocal element to it? Do you have to communicate to the guys more on the field than you do?
Yeah, definitely. You got to take care of the whole defense. I gotta get the front set. I gotta get the blitz directions, all that. Take off blitzes, checks, everything. So it's a big vocal part.
It's a lot more responsibility, but does it in some ways feel easier to know I've got this one position that I can focus on, and that's all I have to worry about?
Yeah, a little bit. It's a lot easier for me because I know all 3 positions as a linebacker. So, I know what different guys are doing, So knowing the whole defense, it's not so much just focusing on me because, like I said earlier, I got to take charge of everybody.
How did Brandon Jordan talk to you, in terms of learning from him maybe some stuff regarding playing linebacker?
I mean, he really took me under his wing, since I got here. The first day I stepped in here, he's been helping me out. So he's been a big part of my career, knowledge-wise, even just growing up as a man. He's been a big part of my life. Anytime I need him for a question or something, he's always one call away. If I call him, he answers. Text, he answers in 5 minutes, so he's a big part.
Coach was saying you guys haven't done as many live snaps through these first 5 practices. How much of a change that made for you guys?
It's really not that much of a change, truly, because we're just trying to keep everybody healthy for the season. So when we go to the thud periods and stuff like that, it's the same motion, same mentality. We're going to hit somebody. It's just not taking them to the ground the whole way. So we're just trying to keep people healthy. So we're trying to think of it as a live period, but just trying to keep people healthy.
You, Rasheem, and Niles broke out as sophomores last year. Now there's some guys underneath you, Cam Lindsey, Marsh Flynn, and Davin Bruton. What have you seen from some of those guys, and what can they do this coming year for you guys?
All those guys are getting ready. They're earning their fins, like we say in the linebacker room. Earn your fin to become a shark. Cam, that's a guy. Everybody know him from high school, but he's gonna have a good season this year. He's starting to learn the defense more. Jeremiah, he's known the defense since he got here. He's a big guy. Every time he come in the facility, you'll see him here. He'll be in that same chair in the linebacker room. He's a very smart guy, very mature for his age. You saw him a little bit during the season. Like, I would expect the most out of him. That guy's a dog. And then Davin Bruton, he's coming along. He's improved a lot since last year. We don't look at any of them as younger guys anymore. They're all ready to play their roles. They're all ready to become real sharks.
Where have you been trying to personally improve your game in this offseason, leading into spring?
Just become a more vocal leader and more physical. Honestly, back in high school, I was supposed to be a leader, but I never really took on that role as being vocal about it. I really just tried to lead through example. I've never been a guy to, break down the huddle all the time. Give the pregame speeches, all that's never been me. I'm not a big person like that. So, just trying to become more of a leader, especially for these young guys, teach them the ways so that they become the best that they can be in their careers. So being more vocal and then also just being more physical. I feel like that's something that I lacked a little bit last year. I was trying to do too much of finesse moves when I could have just hit somebody. I think I missed a couple tackles also because I wasn't trying to just run through their face. I was just trying, to bring them down. So.
Defense, what are you guys hoping to accomplish in the scrimmage on Saturday?
To show everybody that what's coming for the season, honestly. Show everybody that them last games of the season, that won't ever happen again. What I'm saying? We're going to hold people to 0 points all season. That's our goal, and that's a mentality we come to.
How have you kind of reflected on, you mentioned the last 6 games of the season. You think about last year, 7-0, that Syracuse game, you guys were flying high, and then obviously you lose 6 in a row. How have you sort of, over the last couple months, reflected back on that? What are your takeaways from
just
what happened?
Watching every game, watching every single. We got a cut up of all the bad plays, all the big runs, all the big passes. Watching through all the stuff that we did wrong, so that we can fix it now in the spring, so that when the season comes, it's very easy. That's regular for us to make those plays, things like that. I like to think you have to go through some pain to become better. So that's the way we're thinking about it.
Do you think the chemistry that exists between you and Kyle and the team you guys play together, do you think that can help you guys take the linebacker unit to another level this season?
Oh yeah, definitely. We gonna come out strong. All season. Us three. We talk every day about what we're gonna do. What our goals are, and then we push each other every day in every competition that we have. And individual, group during practice, but even during team periods. Everything is a competition. Who has the most takeaways? Who has the most tackles? Things like that. We try to push each other to be better every day.
You mentioned leadership. It's one thing on the field, but what has it been like off the field for you, working with the freshmen and the transfers, as far as helping them get acclimated, both academically as well as just to the city of Pittsburgh?
It's just being able to be reachable, honestly. I just moved off of campus, so I'm not with the freshmen and all the time. But I always tell them that I'm one phone call away. If you call me, I'll be there. If you want to come here and get extra filming, get some board work going on, you just let me know. I'll be here. I live right down the street. anytime, doesn't matter what time of the day, is that I like to tell them that I'm here for you as much as you're here for me. You know, I wanna be like a coach to you and be a role model for them.
Are there any role models from previous squads or even last year that you are kind of trying to learn, or you tried to learn from to step into this role?
Yeah, Savasi and Dennis. Ever since I've been a Pitt fan all my life, so I've been watching him since he was in 32. You know, so he's probably the biggest role model that I want to become. And, you know, you can see now that he's doing well in the league. So I watch his tape almost every day. You know, just trying to see, comparing my tape to his tape. You know, seeing things he did that I can improve on to become almost better than him.
Being a local guy and a Pitt guy, as you said, I'm sure you know the start of the season where you guys were 7-0, one of the best starts in recent memory for the program. You probably took a lot of pride in that. But what about the flip end, that losing streak? I mean, how personal have you taken that? Just being a guy that represents the city for this team.
Well, as you know, Leesburg is small. You know, I came into a losing team in high school. My freshman year, we were all right, but like growing up, Leesburg was always losing. So I've always took that as like when I step on the field, I want to be a game changer and help improve whatever team that I'm on. So just taking that and just moving with it so that never happens again.
You've had opportunities to maybe explore the portal, things of that nature. What has made you want to stay here?
From your hometown. You know what I'm saying? I grew up a Pitt fan. I love Pittsburgh. You know, I'd do anything for Pittsburgh. To wear the blue and gold is a true honor. To have the Pitt script across your chest, across your helmet, that's a true honor. You know what I'm saying? And then also, Dews, Mandelac, and Bates, you know, they treat me like their own son. You know, so there's real love there. It's not just a coach to player. It's a true family.
How much is that translated just to your interactions with other players and people who may not be as familiar with the town?
I mean, it shows all the time. Like I said earlier, everybody's a call away. We all take care of each other. Like even if I don't talk to you that much outside of football, if I see you walking down the street and I think you need a ride or something, you know, something like that, you know, everybody's close. Everybody takes care of everybody. You know what I'm saying? So it's a big family thing around here.